Hello, my lovely children of class 7th. We have studied the first part of this poem, A Sea of Foliage. Now, it is time that we understand the second stanza, which is the second part of this poem. So, let's start. As we know that this poem is written by Toru Dutt, and let's begin our session. Shall we? Okay, but before we start, let's recapitulate our previous stanza. What does recapitulate means? Means let's revise it. Okay. So in the first stanza we have seen that the poet is explaining about her garden, which has wonderful colors of green and has a lot of greenery, a lot of trees which are mango trees, tamarind trees and palm trees, and in between those amazing green trees there is a simil tree which is a sparkling red color. And the poetess says that amongst those green, wonderful, lush green trees, there is this particular tree which is a tree of simil, and the flowers of the simil are beautiful and red color. And among those, the trees, the red color stands out different amongst everyone. And she says that my garden has all sorts of greens, but none of them is dull or normal. They all are wonderful and all shades of green are there, dark green, light green, everything. Okay, so she says that amongst those green trees, the tree of the palm, because the trunk of the palm tree is grey in color, she says that the palm tree stands like a pillar. And if you have seen a palm tree, you must be knowing that the palm tree is absolutely straight and stands tall. So amongst the other green trees, the palm tree looks like a grey pillar. Okay, and as we have discussed, the simil tree looks like a sparkling red trumpet. So as the sound of the trumpet is very sharp and shrill, the red color amongst those green stands out very sharp and shrill. Okay, so we have discussed everything in the first stanza. Let's begin our second stanza, shall we? Okay, but nothing can be lovelier than the ranges of bamboos to the eastward when the moon looks through the gaps and the white lotus changes into a cup of silver. One might soon drunken with beauty then, or gaze and gaze on a primeval Eden in amaze. So now she says, now she, as she has explained that her garden is very beautiful and it's all sorts of greens and everything, and it has a palm tree which looks like a grapeler, and the simil looks like a very sparkling red and everything of that sort. Now she says but keeping all that aside, the best thing in my garden is the bamboo trees in the eastward. So in the east to her garden there is a bamboo tree forest, bamboo forest kind of a thing. Okay, so when the moon looks through the gaps, that means when the moonlight is coming through the gap of the bamboo trees, and the white lotus changes into a cup of silver. So when the light is falling of the moon and it falls on the lotus, the moonlight makes the lotus look like as if it's a silver cup, because the lotus is in white color, and when the moonlight falls on it, it looks like a silver cup. All right, so she's comparing the silver cup to the lotus, because the lotus also looks very similar to a cup, and when the moonlight falls on it, it looks almost as it is glistening with silver. All right, one might soon drunken with beauty then, or gaze and gaze on a primeval Eden in amaze. So she says that her garden is so beautiful, and the scenery where the bamboos are there and the moonlight is coming through the bamboo gaps and it is falling on the lotus, it looks so beautiful that one might get drunken with beauty. That means that one might get filled with beauty and keep on gazing on the garden in amaze. Keep or gaze and gaze on a primeval Eden in amaze. That means the person will keep staring and staring at the beauty of this garden in amaze. Okay, So that was it about the poem. The poem is very beautiful. Toru Dutt has tried to put all her beauty, her imaginations, her expressions in beautifully in this poem, and she has tried to make the garden looks so amazing that we all would like to want to see her garden, isn't it? Okay, children, so that was about it, and that's the summary of the poem. If you have any doubts, please ask me personally or write it in the comment box. And I hope you've enjoyed the poem. And thank you for watching. And we will continue ahead with the next lesson. Thank you. Bye bye.